Mic check 213 to 212. Can you hear me? My name don't make no money for you, so why my name in your mouth? My name ain't making you rich, so why you speaking on? What's up? You say, guess how that went? What are you talking about? Noah. So you're Josh. This is Josh. What's up, Josh? Let me know if y'all can hear me, if everything is good to the good. Let me put it on. All messages are visible because I'm not seeing everything. All right. Can everybody hear? I am live. I am on the set. What's up? Hey, thank you, Blue. Appreciate you. What's up? What's up? What's up? Do you guys hear background? What do you guys hear? Just making sure I don't turn up the music too loud or you just hear me. What's up, y'all? Yeah, we are in the building. I haven't checked in a minute. I've been doing a whole bunch of other production stuff. I was talking to some friends of mine. Light noise. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, it's all good. Now I was talking to a buddy of mine, and I got some stuff I got to get to y'all. Like I'm about to just do something different, but it's something that I was already doing within my documentaries. So y'all just watch. Y'all pay attention. I think it's gonna be interesting. I was looking at something, and I got inspired and said, yeah, let me just do what I need to do on this end and stay creative. Always stay creative. What's up, Auntie Leah? All right, y'all hit the like button. I appreciate it. We already got 10 of y'all that hit the like. Let me get four more because I think I got 14. Yeah, yeah. I What's up, Lauren speaks up. What's up? What's up? What's up? Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm been well. I haven't been doing a bunch. What's up, Myrna? I've been doing a bunch here, but I'm doing a whole lot for others and getting a whole lot going on. So just and paying attention to the landscape and staying out of the drama. I know everybody's been waiting for, I guess, Charlemagne to come back. Charlemagne's on vacation, and there's a whole lot going on in that era. In that area, I mean, the academic now him and Whack 100 about to. I don't know. I guess it's about to be up. Something's going on that end. There's a whole lot of, let's just say there's a whole lot of snake. So there's a bunch of snakes moving around within the industry, and I guess a snake always has to reveal themselves. I mean, well, you see snakes in the grass, you know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of, I had a dream of a snake. I was tripping. I had a dream that there was this black bag that had like a cobra. That there was a cobra in that bag. It was a black bag, almost like a Crown Royal bag, but black, but big. And there was a snake in there, and I knew it was a snake in there, and it would rise up, like it would rise up, and but I had it in the bag, so I had it under control. You say what, Myrna? You heard Funk talk about them today. They pretty late. Oh, Funk Flex. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's up, Ebony Walker? Yeah, Funk Flex. No, 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 no. See, there's a whole lot. When Flex got something to say, that's something different. Um, so we're gonna see how this play out because Funk Flex been going in on Jigga for a minute, and there's basically a hip hop civil war. Though. What's up, Cat? Yeah, there's basically like this hip hop civil war, and from my perspective, I think Jag may come in and lend a voice or two to this whole thing because I think, and again, this is just what I think. It's not like, oh, this is 100%. This is what's going on. This is just what I think. So academics and Charlemagne were real cool. In fact, Charlemagne shouted out academics on the Breakfast Club, right? So I guess Ack and Charlotte supposed to they're supposed to have like this little working relationship where they look out for each other. I don't know. I guess Charlemagne has the industry side, the above ground. The academics would be considered underground. I mean, he was on Everyday Struggle. He was on with Joe Budden. What's up, Gray Line? Appreciate you. So yeah, he holds a lot of sway with. Let's just keep it what it is. It's pretty much the nerds because you really don't got the streets really like listening to academics. Not really, but then he has Whack 100, and if you want to consider him streets, then that's what you would consider him. So I guess the whole Drake Kendrick situation opened up a can of worms and exposed who's who with the whole within the industry. Like I said, keep this in mind. I believe Drake was set up to take over or to pretty much replace Jay-Z. If you really want to look into it, if you really want to look at it like that, Drake was Jay-Z's replacement, and Jay-Z was like, "Nah, nope, I'm not going nowhere." So he's sick. I think low key he's sick like a lot of low key cats at him. Like, I mean, let's just start off with Meek Mill. Jay, in my opinion, sick Meek Mill on Drake, and y'all know how that turned out. Then I think he sick Pusha T on Drake, right? Then y'all know how that turned out. Finally, he's sick Kendrick because Jay-Z has working relationships with all three of these artists, and Jay-Z, speaking of snakes, he's a snake in my opinion, and he's like, well, I'm not going to go at you directly. I'm gonna send my minions, and yeah, I hate to say it, that Meek, Pusha, Kendrick, they're up under Jay-Z, and Drake basically said, you know what, all gloves are off. And that's what the whole line was. The jig is up, and then Jay came and was like, oh, yeah, you're right. The jig is up, 10 mil or 100 mil or a billion. I don't know, whatever he said. What's up, Teresa Sings? What's up, Mary A? And yeah, if you just popping in, I'm basically, please hit the like button. I'm just basically talking about snakes in the grass and Jay-Z being the hip hop snake that a lot of people in the industry are like, off with his head, because that's what's going on right now when you really look at this industry and what's going on. Because I'm talking about the whole debacle with academics, Charlemagne. when you really break it down, it all boiled back down to Jay-Z. So Funk Flex was saying what he had to say. I gotta tune in to hear what he had to say. I know Funk Flex been going in, but Jay is doing something in the backdrop with the industry, if you ask me, and that's what's been going on as far as all these little beasts, all these little wars, little turf wars. Um, Charlemagne getting on over there. What's up, Patricia? You're new here. You're new, huh? Okay. Yeah. Appreciate everybody popping in. And yeah, Charlemagne. Uh oh. You. What happened?
What happened?
It straight
It
went to
straight went to my
my camera.
camera.
Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me?
I almost had it like I was freeze frame.
Oh, this sounds horrible.
Oh, this
Hold
sounds
on.
horrible. Hold on.
All right. Do you hear me?
All right, do you hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, this is whack. Hold
Okay,
on
this
one
is whack.
second.
Hold on 1 second.
So I already know what this
So
is
I
gonna
already know
do.
what this is gonna do.
Because it's an echo.
It's an
What the
echo.
hell?
What the hell?
Irene, calm down.
You camming up on
You camming
purpose?
up on purpose?
Hey, Black Diamond. What? I'm gonna get ready to calm down. Let's try this face instead.
You don't have to
You
cam
don't have
down.
to
I was
cam
just
down. I
listening
was
to
just
the
listening to
damn
the damn
playback.
playback.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
All right, hello?
All
You
right,
hear me?
hello? You hear me?
I hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, this is
This is
horrible.
horrible.
Jesus
Jesus
Christ.
Christ.
I figured. How you doing?
I'm good.
What's going on? You sound like you're cutting in and out. You got all kinds of stuff going on.
No, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
So
So
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
the
the
backdrop
backdrop
or the
or the
background when
background
you cam.
when
Soon as you cammed
soon as you
up
cammed up
and everything,
and everything
everything went to shit.
everything went to
Hold on
shit.
one second.
Hold on 1 second.
Then let me leave and I'll come back.
Okay, try that. Let's try
Okay,
that.
try that. Let's try that.
You say, "May the Roach reunion commence." All right, it shouldn't be echoing right now, right? It shouldn't be echoing right now, right? Okay. Yeah, nah, that ain't happening. Anyway, okay. All right, no echo. Okay, good. We're gonna try it again, and we'll see how this play out. So yeah. All right, here we go. Okay.
Hey.
All right, that sounds better, but like this damn thing started camming up. Like, did you intend it on camming? I think they're just over here trolling.
I
they're
think
over here.
somebody's doing stuff.
Yeah. Well, it's all
It's
good.
funny.
Okay.
Stuff started getting weird the second that I showed up. I, is it me? Am I okay now?
No, you good now. You good. Everything is good. No, it was definitely an echo. You know that normally is in protocol. My camera came on like, what the heck? I was like, what's going on?
I know.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Well,
There's a lot of weird behavior going on. By the way, did you see what I sent you?
yeah, that ain't happening. I saw that. Yeah. The hell? Fuck out of here.
How weird are
Anyway.
these people?
Yeah.
And I find it funny that, like, I don't understand what would make anyone think, like, I don't know what's wrong with these people. Oh, and by the way, that other thing that's been delaying and delaying and delaying, it delayed again.
Hmm. Okay. You got the
I
screenshot, right?
screenshotted the last time and I'm screenshotting this time. I'm assuming that that means
Okay, good.
that's still correlating with other things.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And
Uh-huh.
that's because everything was good on my end.
Oh.
You yeah, like not like that, but you'll see. Like I'll get all the information. I guess we'll talk about it. But overall, yeah, man, it's all kind of weird stuff. Don't trip though. We keep it pushing. We keep it pushing.
You
Y'all hit
want
the
to know
like
what's
button. I
really
appreciate.
crazy though? I
What's
find it
that?
funny that as all of that's going on, that other thing that I sent you,
Uh huh.
that's doing what that's doing with the other thing that that's
Uh huh.
doing,
Uh
it's
huh.
happening at the same time. But that other thing, where the delay was, it went somewhere else. And it's just really interesting because it's funny because that thing ended right before you went live.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, guys. We're talking in code again.
let's pretty much speak to the people. Can y'all hit the like button, please, please, please? I got Jaguar in the building. I was speaking
Uh,
briefly on the hip hop civil war within the entertainment, with the well, I'll say the industry side, and we were talking. Well, I said I had a dream about a snake, and I could see why that dream would have manifested this morning about a snake. There was a snake like in a black bag, and
um,
I had this black bag, and that snake would just come out, and then I had it. I forgot it was a lot. Thank you, Ebony. Appreciate you. A little something towards something much greater. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, we
oh,
appreciate it.
blessings. Thank you, Ebony. Salute to our West Philly girl. No, I bumped into this image. You want to know what I find funny? That wig in this picture is atrocious. It looks like fake, the baby doll hair. After the kids done played with it too much and
Hmm.
put too much stuff in it. Like there's something about this wig in this picture that's giving me the heebie jeebies like it has like wig fur.
Only thing I'm gonna say is, holy moly. Um,
Holy moly indeed. I'm just saying this wig is so atrocious. And it's funny because I know that there's people online that like talking about people's hair and like talking about people's wigs. And they like saying all kinds of things, and they like, yeah, it looks like a worn out Jerry curl, right? So,
It looked like Soul Glow.
you want me to hit it?
Go ahead.
Did you want me to hit it?
Go ahead.
So let your soul glow, baby. Feeling oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through, yeah.
The only thing I can say about that hair is a mess, a mess, a mess.
Hilarious. Oh, you know what? That hair needs to be pressed and pressed and pressed because it is a mess. Yes.
Appreciate y'all hitting the like button.
My God. Can
Anyway,
you
anyway.
imagine? Can you imagine? That look like one of
Well,
them
yeah.
them
See,
crochet wigs with the baby doll hair.
yeah.
Like I'm imagining that's what that dead bird in Canada would look like if she was light skinned. It's so funny. Sometimes people,
Some of
huh?
some Ebony Axe was that Velvet. No, that's not Velvet. Maybe I'll do a members only and we'll.
Is it she's talking about coming to is it velvet? Oh, what is this? Is it velvet? Eat the soup. Eat the soup. You know, the Jewish character that Eddie Murphy did in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alice in My God. Did I ever tell you about my Aunt Dolores? She was something
Nuh-uh.
else. Heck of a
The
woman.
Lord, the Lords that got that wig from the Salvation Army across the street from where she
Oh, I'm
lived.
talking about my
Or
Aunt Dolores. I actually had, grow up with an Aunt Dolores.
okay,
Aunt Dolores was something else. She's my godmother's sister. My
okay,
godmother Lois. Yeah. Those old school names like Myrtle, Burl, Ethel Ann,
yeah, Ethel.
Inez, Dolores. Church deaconess names.
Yeah,
Yeah, Agnes, Edith,
you got
Merle,
Barbara,
hmm
Beverly,
hmm Gertrude.
Edith.
Indeed, indeed.
All,
It's
all
funny.
these, all these, all these women, all these names. These are women that wear slips. They go to bed with slips.
Slips and what you call them, and the hose, the pantry
Yeah.
hose.
Mm-hmm.
Addie is another one too. Addie is a good old name. Those were the days. And you know when you want it. Woo. Oh, I look. Bless it, bless it. One day we're gonna have to pull all of this together. And I'm sorry, we don't mean to torture y'all, but in all honesty, this is a proper gaslighting. So, who we're gaslighting, I couldn't even begin to tell you, but I tell you what. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, my Aunt Dolores, she was a hell of a woman. She knew how to make them rolls, them good
Mm-hmm.
old Sunday rolls. Yup, them knee high
Mm-hmm.
hoes. Ooh, there's nothing worse than them knee highs. But see, that goes to show you they stopped making knee highs for real, for real. You can't really find knee high stockings anymore. And you know, they used to be very common, but you got to realize the reason why they're not common anymore. And I guess most people don't even consider it. Once upon a time, knee high, you know, stockings were common because your average skirt came below your knees.
Yeah.
Women didn't walk around showing off their whole legs and their thighs. Like
Mm-hmm.
once upon a
Mm-hmm.
time, it was considered inappropriate. Yup, that come in the egg. Yeah, the legs. Oh my goodness, those eggs used to be all over the place. I used to repurpose them and use them to carry little toys or put things in, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yet once upon a time, you know, women didn't show off their bodies like that. Like it was inappropriate. It was considered trashy. It was considered stuff that only, you know, women of the night, professional, working, dating women would dress like that. Listen to me. Modesty is a flex now because so few people do it. Nah, Auntie Leah talking about pantyhose. That part. You know me, I don't even like pantyhose. I can't stand them. I hated them. Oh my God. Like, I was always grateful that I had good skin. You know, it's funny that you
Mm-hmm.
guys are talking about I should do a bio. And that's interesting. Recently we were having a conversation like that, weren't we?
Yeah.
Somebody,
Mm-hmm.
somebody had said
Mm-hmm.
that I should do a bio. I don't know. Maybe it's time. But no, seriously, like, think about it. People trying to wear knee high stockings nowadays will look crazy because everybody's skirts is all the way up their ass. Or they all wear onesies. Who would I cast as Aunt Dolores? Well, I don't know. Antony maybe, but just not as butchy.
Damn.
Well, let's just be honest. Deb Antony is very butch.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Shit.
She's very butch. She was actually just having a conversation with that Lauren Pick Me girl, the
Uh-huh.
TMZ girl, because I'm going to stop saying Lauren LaRosa from the Breakfast Club, and I'm just going to call her, I'm going to call it like what it is. Lauren
Lauren from
from
TMZ.
TMZ. The TMZ girl.
Well, see, that's part of the conversation that I was having. But go ahead and finish what you're
No,
saying
go ahead,
about.
go ahead.
Well, I'm trying to tie a whole bunch of things in when it comes to this little covert hip hop civil war. But it's already it's been a brewing in the backdrop for a minute. So Charlemagne is the main snake,
In media,
and
in
he's
black media?
well, yeah, and then
Yeah.
Jay Jig is the slithering one within with hip hop overall. They all got to operate like snakes, in my opinion. So it was Jessica. It was I'm sorry. It was Angela Yee, Envy, and Charlotte for years. Angela Yee
Uh-huh.
got up out of there. Angela Yee
Yeah,
was
she
already
did.
successful with her business with real estate and stuff like that. I guess Envy caught on and tried to do like car shows and then the real estate stuff too. And of course, Charlemagne was doing all kind of other things outside of the Breakfast Club, dealing with media for the most part, from what I see. And he had the iHeart deal. Then now he's got. I guess they got the thing with Netflix. He was gonna do his own show, yada yada yada. Like talk show, TV show. I think he did like some of it, but it didn't really like take off. 'Cause I thought he was gonna be like almost like a Steve Colbert. Now
Well, I think
everybody,
he was trying to become the Black Bill Maher.
yeah, there we go. That's yeah, there we go. Right, right. Now everybody know, and I remember Kwame Brown was calling him, Charlemagne a lesser charge because of the situation he had with the poor young lady. Well, let me not say poor, but the victim,
Unfortunate, yeah.
Jessica. Is it? Yeah, at his hometown, the stuff that happened. And, everybody know about it, and it's kind of like, well, maybe that is what was holding him back. I think Funk Flex just came out and said, yeah, no, Funk didn't say that. Whack 100 said it somehow. DJ, or he had a letter that he was reading from someone and said that Charlotte was so of irony, right? You know, Envy had the real estate stuff with his boy and all that or whatever, and then he was successful
Yeah,
with
but that
that,
was
and
a
then
scam.
there was some fraudulent stuff came up with that, right? Yeah, do you even hear about that stuff anymore? Remember, like they was like they were talking about this Radio Rico, then they were talking about that, and then you don't hear nothing. Then now we're hearing about Charlotte and Jay Z's connection. We already talked about, not that we broke it because it was already out there, but we just started to put two and two together about Chloe Bailey, who is a Rock Nation artist and under Beyonce.
Yeah,
They're, Chloe and Haley are related first cousins to Charlamagne. So
yeah,
we got an intersection right there. Charlamagne is likely going to get in trouble for advertising the casino bid or trying to get the casino thing going because he, under FCC rules, he's not supposed to do that. And that's a federal thing.
actually, it's okay for him to do it as
He just
long
has to.
as he says, I am being paid by this organization to endorse. You have to say who's paying you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
if he said, hey, Rock Nation is paying me to endorse this, and not only that, I've also invested into this casino. So if this goes, I'm going to really be rich. So I need all of you people to vote yes for this so that I can really be rich. Like really rich.
It's almost like hair club for men. I'm not only the client. I'm the president or a politician because a politician has to now make it known like, hey, I endorse this. I'm all
Yeah.
I'm paying it. Yeah. So it looks like he's in trouble with that. And then now, are we hearing that there's an investigation going on with Rock, the Rock?
Yeah, it's been real low key, but they're saying that he's being investigated, that Rock Nation is being investigated by the feds for washing money. And my thing is, I don't really care. Because honestly, it seems like every time these people are in the crosshairs of being held accountable by the feds just let them go.
I know,
And
I know.
that's interesting because, Cash Patel is supposed to be, he's supposed to be a lot of things. And then they come through, they do all these busts and say, look at what the FBI is doing. The FBI has never done what it's doing before me. There has been nothing great in the FBI since Edgar Hoover other than me. And look at what I'm doing, and look at what I'm doing. And meanwhile, the Tyler Robinson case is going on, and that's just absolute bullshit. They're not talking about, you know, Cole Thomas Allen. They're not talking about anything real. They're not talking about what they did with all of those firearms they confiscated from Diddy's house or the pharmaceuticals. They're not talking about, like, they're always lying, and it's just like I I think we need to do a full on like exposure of, you know, the thing.
Yeah. No,
Because the truth
we
is, I'm
it,
tired.
it's about.
I'm tired of
Oh no, no,
real
me too.
feds. I'm tired of fake feds. I'm tired of halfway feds. And I'm really tired of so called people from the intelligence community. Really tired of that.
That aren't doing anything.
Oh, no, I would disagree. I would say they're doing the most.
Well, they're not doing anything to, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
They're not doing anything to bring justice. Let me say it like that. Intelligentsia.
Like every time I turn around, you know, January 6th is a cursed day in my life. Did you know that?
No,
Uh, January 6th, terrible day in my life.
why is that?
Well, not to, it's my second wedding anniversary.
Oh damn.
You
Well,
didn't know
yeah.
that?
No, I didn't know that, but that would make sense. I got you.
Yeah. My second wedding anniversary, we went out for lunch, and then that's when we saw the Wiggers on the wall and climbing up the Capitol and losing their minds. And that's
Wow.
when I knew this is doomed. This marriage is doomed. This happened on this day. Oh, this is doomed. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, this, yeah, this is doomed. This ain't gonna work. I knew it. The second that I saw that, I knew it. I said, yeah, this is definitely going to be my second. This is not going to be my last. This is just going to be my second, because there's no way you can have something happen like that on a day like that with that kind of significance, and it's all getting drugged to hell.
Yeah.
But that was a sign. I really felt like that was God sending me a sign. And then a month later, my car was blown to smithereens on I-10 West.
Damn.
Hmm. And a month
Damn.
after that is when my my second ex became a part of the lighting campaign on my life,
Mm.
and started working with that little boy, not Ricketts, and giving information about me and gaslighting me with Whack 100 and all of that. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, this
it's
is
terrible.
along the same theme as snakes. You know, we were talking about snakes, and yeah, for someone to be that close and to snake you in that manner, nah, that person, nah,
Yeah. I
person
mean, the
like that
truth
ain't
is,
worthy of shit.
well, I mean, I know, but the thing is that person was easily pliable. That person's mind was easily fallible. And I honestly do believe that there was some MK Ultra touches there. You know, that person was in the military and had all kinds of weird
Hmm.
experiences. And fake
Hmm.
military service really couldn't remember their military service at all. Sitting around making up stories about how they was in the military and all this other stuff.
Mm, that's interesting.
No, I mean, that happens often with a lot of people who go into the military. They come home and they don't really be, around people who they served with. So they get to, it's just like being in county jail. People go to county jail and they get to be all that they can be in there, and then they get to come home with their fantastical stories. And who's gonna know? Like you would have to be talking to people
Right,
in jail to know. You know what I mean? Like,
right,
did I ever tell you
right.
about that one girl that came in jail and one of her she lost one of her contact lenses, and so she tried to pretend like she was some kind of like great psychic, and she was sitting there scamming girls for noodles and commissary and summer sausage and reading,
Hmm.
talking about people's
Yeah.
auras and all of that
Enough of
stuff.
it.
Came up with a whole story about why her eyes were two different colors and whoop de woo yada yada, and until she went to the she had to go to the infirmary, and then they made her take it out, and then everybody started finding out that she was full of crap. Oh yeah.
Hmm. Wow.
Yes, Cat. Yes, she had, and then all the girls was like, I want my food back. I want my, my food back." Yeah, she was sitting up there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 5 packs of soup, a summer sausage, and 2 bags of shebangs, and I'll do your reading. Everybody was going to win their case.
Shebangs.
Everybody was going to win their case too. Everybody was going to win their case. She always had some kind of weird technicality on how they was going to win their case, and all they had to do was do this, and all they had to do was do that.
Snake oil salesman.
Yeah, she was in jail up there in Collin County, and then they brought her down to Dallas. I bumped into her while I was waiting to be extradited to Chicago. That's the one thing that I will say. All of those phony charges that have been put on me throughout the years that I've been forced to fight. It's kind of bizarre because, like, you meet the most extraordinarily screwed up people, and it's just like it really makes you ask yourself, what the hell is going on in the world that's producing these kind of people in society?
Hmm. I mean, you got a lot more people who fell through the cracks than who have considered being successful.
I mean, the truth is the people that are so-called successful aren't even really successful. It's all a rigged
No.
game. That's the thing.
Oh yeah. Hmm.
They want you to believe. Like I look at some of my family members who've done really well in life, and I have to go back and I have to look and I have to ask myself, what was that really all about for them? Um, you know, and then I have to remember the secret societies, the brotherhoods, the fraternities, the this, the that, and looking at all of these cases, like the Carmelo Anthony case, um, what's going on now Nolan, with Nolan Wells, and just all of it, you know, it's, you got to ask yourself, like, these networks that are influencing the way these cases are being handled, the way they're being investigated, what's happening with the evidence.
Hmm.
How can't people see that these society our local governments are being choreographed by a group of bad actors that have all been handpicked? Kind of like it is here online. Like, if anybody thinks that these people here online, like, if they honestly think that these are just random people, like, there are very, very, very few people like us who are real people online. Most of these people
Yeah.
are a part of a coordinated network. Like, for real, like, I'm starting to wonder what this call center is that all of these people say that they used to work at. Was it a call center, or was it just a CIA um group? Because I'm having a hard time getting around people not acknowledging that the CIA is real. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, why is it so hard for us to just see things for what they really are? Like, why?
Well, there's it's the educational system. When I say that, I mean, we if we went through it, we were conditioned to look at stuff another way, not necessarily with a critical eye. That's why you got the Matrix, where the movie was talking about, red pill, blue pill. The blue pill is what you was trained to, um, you know, trained to be or trained to act like. The red pills, seeing how deep it really goes. So a lot of us have been trained to just, you look at the news, they tell you what's true and you believe it, right?
Uh-huh.
Or am I tripping? Because I think for the most part, media has failed the American public. And, I think ever since Barack Obama, they made it a law. They said, you're able to push out propaganda. It's not illegal, it's legal.
Do you know, if you go and you Google that, it says that that's not true? And then it rewords it to make it sound like it's something else.
Well, then there you go. That's part of it as well. Yeah, it's social. So I mean, technology gonna trick. It's gonna trick you too. That's why Peter Thiel has this group, of influential people in tech, people in the media, and millionaires and stuff like that. And they have this little group that they're all talking, and I'm curious to know what they're talking about. But I think I'm gonna start looking into that too, because that's deep. That's fucking deep. But that also goes to what you were just saying about these people with the online, these connections they have. I'm probably well, we got 10 that have not hit the like button. Please hit the like button, and those that one person that's in that Discord listening on behalf of the other 20 people. Wink, wink. But yeah,
Oh, I'm listen to me. I still don't understand how Discord hasn't come under federal investigation. I still don't understand that.
or it will be soon. Well, at least a few people's Discords will be.
Like when you think about how many YouTubers have private Discords, that's when I knew something was off with the whole Discord situation. When they started presenting that Tyler Robinson was in the Discord talking,
Hmm.
I'm like, so
Hmm.
y'all here investigating Discords where Tyler Robinson was in, but y'all didn't see any of the other ones that are in here doing all kinds of illegal stuff?
Hmm.
Meanwhile, the Tyler Robinson Discord messages didn't have any timestamps on them at all, which is crazy.
When Discord is all timestamp, like, yeah,
Like, where were the timestamps? And why would you edit them out if they were actually there? Or did you create that? Like,
if the government is trying to win a case, they pulling out all the stops. I don't think that they're gonna play fair.
yeah, but the government, there's something wrong when the government is expecting everyone else to play by the law and to live by the law except for them, and they get to break it and they get to smash it and they get to do whatever they want to do. Like, okay, I just want to have a real conversation right quick with the chat. How many of you have ever heard of NSPM? How many of you have heard of NSPM? Put a Y
And
if
it's
you've
not a
heard
new
of it.
thing.
Put an N if you haven't. Put a Y in the chat if you've heard of NSPM. Put an N if you haven't. Y if you've heard of it. N if you haven't. NSPM. Y if you heard it. N if you haven't. NSPM as in Martha. Somebody said I'm breaking up. See, I hope not. I hope they not messing with me.
No, you sound
Okay,
fine.
I'm seeing a lot of N's.
Okay, so let them know.
Okay, NSPM is short for National Security Presidential Memorandum. There's a new one now called NSPM 7. Now, if you Google it, this is what it's going to say. National Security Presidential Memorandum 7 is a 2025 presidential directive signed by the Trump administration aimed at countering domestic terrorism and organized political violence with a CE. It directs the FBI Joint Terrorism Task Force, the JTTF, and the IRS to investigate individuals and organizations accused of funding or participating in politically motivated violence with a CE. Okay, so it says the provisions in the focuses, right? Expanded investigations directs the FBI to map the infrastructure behind organized political violence, including radicalization, recruitment, and financial backing. Now, the IRS and the Treasury oversight, okay, that tasks the Treasury and the IRS with tracking the financial networks of subject organizations and scrutinizing the tax exempt status of nonprofits that may facilitate political bio to the lens. I like the way you said that, Mary. A gaslight task force. Now it says targeted views. The memo explicitly defines certain ideological standpoints, including anti Americanism, anti capitalism, and anti Christianity, and opposition to traditional views on American family and gender as common threads fueling these threats. Isn't that interesting?
Mm-hmm.
Anti Americanism, anti capitalism, and anti Christianity. Interesting. Interesting. Thank you, Kat. Now,
Foreign and
designation
domestic.
powers. Designation powers, right? It authorizes the Attorney General to recommend groups for designation as domestic tea tourism organizations. You can't hear me or no? It cut out? Oh, that's terrible. Guys, Cat
It's probably
posted.
because of mine. Go ahead. No, drop out and come back. It's probably because of mine. Go ahead. Let's try that.
I will. I will.
All right. We're taking a commercial break. I think it has something to do with just my connection. Yeah, look that up. Um, what did it say? NSPM 7. Okay. So Jag was sounding good. Somebody, okay. Well, oh, she's coming back. Yeah, Myrna. I was having all kind of technical difficulties just in general. So yeah, maybe what you should do is, what Kat says. Appreciate you, Kat. Appreciate everybody that's in the uh, chat right now. We're just kicking it. We're just you know, spreading a little information. I'm gonna go deeper with the topic as well because just I see where Jag is going with the conversation, and you know, I
think a lot of got to like just put people up to speed, let people be caught up to speed. In all honesty, because there's a lot of other things going on behind the scenes. Like I said, look up that Peter Thiel guy. Look him up, and he has a group of people that they're on a almost like a damn Discord where they talk, and these are like very influential people that are in tech, people that are in entertainment industry, and people that have a lot of money, and like they have agendas that they are, in charge of pushing, to the public. For the most part, I think a lot of us just need to be aware of how they're trying to push, especially America. There's a bunch of bad actors in the back that are really, you know, they don't want to see the goodwill. They don't want to see the good for the people. In all honesty, they don't. They want to just keep everyone uneducated, unhealthy, ignorant, and they want to profit. Because see, the way things are going right now, I'm not 100% all like go AI, but the advancements that we have with AI, how great of a world, how much better we can make this world with using certain technologies to advanced technologies. But look, again, it's like this. I look at AI like we're not going to sit here and allow AI to do our homework, but there's nothing wrong with gathering a bunch of sources and taking those sources and formulating your own opinion and writing down your own thesis paper, essay, or whatever from that. That's technology. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'm not like, yeah, because the ultimate goal for these elites with technology is pretty much to surveil everyone else, so that and they don't want everyone. They don't want people being rich or healthier than them, or they got to have the advantage. That's pretty much really what that whole thing is about. When you're dealing with AI, you're dealing with their technology, etc. Okay, Jag. Let me see. Oh, there you go. Okay, I was about to say. Okay, see how they doing it. They just making that's why look that yeah, they making it like just turn the damn how the video option is where you got the camera, just X that out so that the thumbnails come up. They doing a whole lot. You should be able to hear me now, right? Or y'all can hear her, right? Okay. Okay. Go ahead. NSPM 7. Go ahead.
What do you mean you can't hear me?
I can hear you. I'm right here. You hear me? You should be able to see me. So they can hear you now. Okay. Well,
This
obviously,
is wild.
they're effing with the stream. I don't know. But how about this? They said the audio is good because I was going to just say we can just come back in 1 hour and just really make this a whole topic because in all honesty, it's good. But they said they can hear you. So go ahead. Mm. What happened? Well, I tell you what. Look, y'all. Like, give us an hour. I'm just gonna create another live, and we're just gonna do it that way. Y'all give us an hour or so. I'm gonna come back on Set in the West because I think they said they can hear. They could. Y'all couldn't hear Jag at all, so they couldn't hear you. All right. This is what we're gonna do. Appreciate everyone. Appreciate the likes. I'm gonna come back in an hour because I think Jag, you're cooking, and I have something that I wanted to insert within the conversation as well because and I don't want to get into the conspiracy theories, but what you're saying about NSPM 7, um, just a whole lot of stuff that's going on right now isn't solid. It ain't good. So yeah, we'll come back in an hour. We'll just do that. Go ahead. Can y'all hear? Let's get into it. Can y'all hear? I hear it. Let's see if they can hear it. All right. Well, they say only they can only hear me. Can y'all hear Jag? She's playing something. They said only me though.
Hey, I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, they're whatever's going on. We'll just pick it back up though and do a whole different live because obviously this this whole thing has been yeah, these interruptions are not by accident. Okay, don't forget the cam. It's gonna show the cam.
We'll just do the
All right,
channel avatars.
there you go. That's what I was saying. So y'all
All
should be
right,
able to
can you
hear.
guys hear? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm sure they hear because you sound different now. So yeah, they hear you.
Okay. Hold on a second. My goodness, they're going to make this impossible.
FBI uses sex, romance, and social media to disrupt people's movements, and how NSPM 7 is going to make things a whole lot worse. Let's get into it. So, the U.S. government has a proven decades long playbook for dismantling social movements from the inside, and at its core is the exploitation of people's most intimate human connections love, trust, and community. In newly enacted NSPM 7, this playbook is not only back, but expanding in ways that should terrify anyone who believes in the right to rebel. Part 1 Romantic Relationships and Infiltration, a license to manipulate. The Tactic of using sexual and romantic relationships to infiltrate and destroy activist groups is not a conspiracy theory. It is a well-documented federal policy. The case files are damning. In the prosecution of environmental activist Eric McDavid and FBI her out and said they gave her a psychological manual, told her to hold out as long as she could. She was
Pause. Do you guys hear that? Salute, Golden Aries. You truly believe that there is no such thing as a conspiracy? Well, understand this. That word was created to make people think that either they're crazy or that people are crazy with things that go against, certain things. But I want to make sure that everybody heard that. Yes, skilled infiltration. We're going to play that back one more again.
the person you're hunching could be an and how NSPM 7 is going to make things a whole lot worse. Let's get into it. So, the U.S. government has a proven decades long playbook for dismantling social movements from the inside, and at its core is the exploitation of people's most intimate human connections love, trust, and community. In newly enacted NSPM 7, this playbook is not only back, but expanding in ways that should terrify anyone who believes in the right to rebel. Part 1 Romantic Relationships and Infiltration, a license to manipulate. The tactic of using sexual and romantic relationships to infiltrate and destroy activist groups is not a conspiracy theory. It is a well-documented federal policy. The case files are damning. In the prosecution of environmental activist Eric McDavid, an FBI informant known as Anna spent 18 months monitoring him, sexually manipulating him, wearing a wire in private, and adopting an asexual persona to fuel his infatuation. McDavid described her as his soul twin, but his lawyer called her a provocateur whose task was to make young people on the left fall in love with her. When Anna told her FBI handlers about McDavid's growing feelings, they didn't pull her out and said they gave her a psychological manual and told her to hold out as long as she could. She was
Now, I want y'all to understand what was just said. They took a young woman and put her in this gentleman's life who was an activist, who they wanted to stop. They had her gaslight him, play with his emotions, play with his feelings. He actually thought, salute Kenzen, he actually thought he was having a real interaction and real engagement with this woman. And once she had pushed him too far and she wanted to stop, they told her no. You got to keep going. Then they gave her a psychological profile on how to continue manipulating him and keeping him in the game. Pure infiltration and using human emotion to do it. You want to know? It's so funny. There's a content creator that often likes to sit online and brag about how they know different people's psychological profile and how to screw with them and how to mess with them and how to trigger them and all of that stuff. I remember when that content creator used to say that about me. Funny. I wonder who taught you.
pattern is identified. Boo, Rayon, a 21-year-old Michigan man who was suicidal over a breakup with one FBI honeypot, only for the FBI to send another woman in to entrap him. In a recorded call where Ryan said he had bought rope to kill himself, the FBI informant asked, "Which thought is greater to you right now, hurting yourself or somebody else?" His lawyers say the government blatantly steered him toward terrorism as an acceptable form of suicide. At Standing Rock, FBI informant Heath Harmon entered a romantic relationship with water protector Red Fawn Fallis. Heath Harmon had close familial ties with community leaders and even participated in important ceremonies. Red Fawn Fallis was sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison after a gun that belonged to the FBI informant Heath Harmon went off when the police tackled her. To this day, the weaponization of intimacy is enabled by the lack of policies by the FBI and the local police forces that coordinate with them. In Jacksonville, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office coordinates regularly with the FBI on different field operations using paid informants and undercover officers. Their own policy gives carte blanche to engage in sexual relationships with people that are subject to investigations. The policy verbatim says, quote, "Unless in the performance of official duties, members shall not participate or engage in any sexual activity while on duty, including the exchange of messages or media of a sexual nature," end quote. Now, this human intelligence machine is fueled by a massive, often secretive budget. The data we do have shows that federal agencies paid out at least $548 million to informants in recent years. A few
Pause. 548 million, over $500 million was spent. So that they could take people and put them in people's lives that they consider a problem, to create cases. I don't know if y'all didn't hear about the case with Red Fawn Fallis, who was busy just trying to protect water contamination and all of that. And I mean, like that was her thing. She was speaking against all the corporations that were contaminating the water and stuff like that. And so they stuck somebody in her life, and then the next thing you know, she got charged with a firearm that had nothing to do with her that went off. The informant was carelessly handling it, got hurt, and they blamed it on her, and that's how they got her in there. Ain't that wild?
Well, sounds about right. That's how they do it.
Like, I don't think people really understand. They got a budget of $548 million in the past that they've paid out in at least the what decade? The past decade? We're talking 50 million a year. The government is spending to entrap people who are just trying to fight for the rights that are constantly being trodden down. Like, oh my God. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah, if you are someone who's quote unquote an environmentalist or freedom fighter or someone who's like like let's say Martin Luther King, he got off the race stuff and said we're just going to fight for poor people. You're an enemy because this whole country is about corporations. You got to fatten
God
up
forbid.
the corporation.
God forbid you ever a nonprofit that just wants to promote cruelty free environments for artists. You might be under investigation. Isn't that wild?
That's America.
I wonder who's listening. I would love to hear who's listening right now. Yeah, you know that person with the terrible teeth. Don't they always say that? Somebody under investigation.
And his dentist needs to be under investigation.
Yeah.
Letting you walk out the house, letting you walk out the dental office with all that damn plaque at the bottom of your teeth.
Looking like an ogre from Lord of the Rings. Let's keep on a little bit more because I think when we come back, we'll get further into this and have it all squared away.
Is fueled by a massive, often secretive budget. The data we do have shows that federal agencies paid out at least $548 million to informants in recent years. A few informants even became millionaires, with audits showing the FBI alone paid $294 million between 2012 and 2018. And these informants aren't just gathering information. In just a 4-year period, federal handlers authorized informants to commit over 22,000 crimes. The campaign to disrupt and disturb movements has gone digital too. In Chicago,
Pause. Did y'all hear that? They're actually paying people to commit crimes and break laws so that they can pin it on people that they want to stop.
Mhm.
It makes you wonder, all of these content creators that keep getting arrested and let out on probation, and then keep getting arrested, and then let out on probation, and then keep getting arrested, and then let out on probation. Like, who tries to smuggle cannabis from one country to another and literally only walks away with probation after being tied to a federally investigated SEX cult? How does that happen? Like, I, I only know that stuff to work for informants. Anyway, just a little.
2012 and 2018. And these informants aren't just gathering information. In just a 4-year period, federal handlers authorized informants to commit over 22,000 crimes. The campaign to disrupt and disturb movements has gone digital too. In Chicago, a social media exploitation team overseen by the FBI created fake online identities in violation of platform policies, friended targets, and were even permitted to take full control of informants' real social media accounts so they.
Did y'all hear that? Social media campaigns where they allowed people to impersonate their targets
Yep.
and
Sounds
befriend
familiar.
their targets. I want to talk about everybody who's ever called theirself a friend of mine here on YouTube. What was it that weird old grandma in Detroit? I was her friend. I was her friend for real. I gave her stuff. I was her friend. You were my friend? It's funny because that person caught a whole GUN case and somehow managed to get that case dropped, even though they should be in prison right now for what they did. Matter of fact, another content creator went and grabbed the body cam footage and played it for fun. I want y'all to think about all of those people that said that they was my friends and they tried to help me and they was my friends and they was my friends.
Team overseen by the FBI created fake online identities in violation of platform policies, friended targets, and were even permitted to take full control of informants' real social media accounts so they could pose as them online. The FBI recently signed a $27.6 million contract for social media surveillance software aiming to create low footprint and anonymous accounts to monitor and map networks in real time.
Ooh, anonymous accounts. What that sound like to you? What that sound like to you? I want y'all to think about that. Like, take a good look see at it. You know, it makes me think about before you came around and started producing back in 2022 and 2023, there were over 100 accounts impersonating me.
Mm,
Matter of fact, most of the content creators that were stalking me for content were creating their own version of me. They would screenshot my avatar from my channel and then go from chat to chat saying menacing and just terrible things, horrible things about me, harming children, harming animals. That weirdo, that messy brought over in the British strumpet with the bedpan
mhm, mhm.
that titties used to go back and forth with. You don't remember when I caught her with the fake me in the chat? And I came up
Mhm.
and I hit the link and I'm like, I know that you're running a fake me in the chat. And then she dropped me down and then blocked the real me so her fake me could keep going, saying all kinds of wild things. You want to know what's funny? She was approached by the robot as well. Robot came and took her channel for doing pro Jag content and then told her the only way she could get it back is if she turned to anti Jag and then encouraged her to have a fake Jag to create engagement so people would think that she was going back and forth with me in the chat. Kind of like how she ran after that golden girl, that little drunk girl.
Mhm.
Remember how she said that the robot told her because she had been close to me and because she had sat on my panel that she was willing to hook her up and look out for her if she
Mhm.
would give her information.
Mhm.
Don't mind me. I'm about to handle up on something that I see going on in the chat.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me see.
I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got reported. Hold on a second. Let me make sure. Okay, there you go. You got him.
Fuck out of here.
You want to know what's funny? Just the simple fact that that's happening, just the simple fact that all of that weird stuff is going on, only goes to prove how desperate some people are
Yeah.
to keep something going. I mean, I think it's wild. You know, when I did that little list, I think people kind of missed the whole point of it. But I digress. Let's listen a little bit more.
Part two, COINTELPRO, the original blueprint for disruption. This is not a new frontier of policing or disrupting either. These tactics are a direct descendant of COINTELPRO, the FBI's counterintelligence program, which was formerly active from 1956 to 1971. The stated objective of COINTELPRO was to expose, disrupt, misdirect, discredit, or otherwise neutralize groups and individuals deemed threats to the status quo of capitalism and white supremacy in America. Now, targets included the Black.
There we go. Status quo, hence the elites, capitalist or supremacy. Hmm.
Panther Party, the Communist Party, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the American Indian Movement, and later the New Left anti-war movement. The tactics that they utilized included psychological destruction. Declassified documents reveal the FBI's toolkit. One, destroying marriages. Anonymous letters were sent to the spouses of targets to ruin their relationships. Economic warfare. Agents would anonymously attack targets to get them fired from their jobs. Inciting violence. The FBI deliberately aggravated conflicts between groups like the Black Panthers and rival organizations. Moral assassination. Agents were instructed to gather information on the immorality and depraved habits and living conditions of new left leaders to embarrass and discredit them. Now, all of the
Kind of sounds like,
They,
the operation that Diddy was running and Jeffrey Epstein was running and
well, they did that to Dr. Umar.
they did. But wait a minute. Didn't? if
all
I
that.
remember correctly, when you first started producing for me, didn't you have people calling your jobs trying to get you fired?
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Like, not to get too personal, everybody kind of knew that you worked at the radio station because, we promoted when I sat down with Dominique Dupree, and you're the one that brought me along and introduced me to her there and set up the interview. You were producing for her at the time, correct? So everyone kind of knew that you worked at the radio station, but there was another place you were working too that was never discussed. And somehow people were able to call that job as well. How do you think that
Hmm.
happened?
Oh, I know. Why would I say it though?
No, I'm just
That's for the yeah. Yeah.
like, that's weird. That would require surveillance. It's amazing. We don't need to. We're going to come back, right?
Yep.
We need to
Hmm.
stop there. I think that's enough for now. I mean, because there's a little bit more to go. Because I think that there's a larger conversation. The question is should we make this members only?
You haven't done a members only really ever, just a members only live. So maybe that's what we should do.
Well, we could do a joint
Make
members only
members
for
only
both
for
the channels, couldn't we?
yeah. Yeah, I can go members only, you can go members only. That's what we're gonna
Yeah, we could do it together. You know what I will say is this before we go. I find it interesting that people think it's like cool to just jump on board with negative campaigns about people. But I also think it's kind of misguided for people to believe that there is not a bigger hand in the backdrop guiding these things. You know, there was something else. I'm not going to play it here because it's your channel. I have the audio though. But essentially, there was this white chick. She first was black, she was in the black sector, and she was stalking me and harassing me. And she would only go to certain channels that were specifically focused on harassing me, black channels. And she used to give like buku money, and she used to send hella cash apps. And the worst that they talked about me and the more lies that they spread. And she would even go back and forth with me with fake Jaguars in the chat, trying to make me say all kinds of crazy things. Oh, by the way, did I ever tell you that they used to take the stuff from these chats and call the police and report me to the police and say that I was harassing and rising and doing all kind of stuff and using that fake shit that they put in their chats as evidence?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. There was this one woman. You remember that big boogaboo girl that used to be friends with the Dante, the hemophiliac.
Uh-huh.
You remember the booger?
Hmm.
She had a girl that she was working with They were there in Dallas, so they used to call the police all the time, making up stories and trying to file police reports so that they could get warrants put out for my arrest. Like they've been trying to put stuff on me for I don't know how long with all their lies and all their fake crap. And it's wild because see, they would let that robot hoe take my channel down, and then the second that my channel was down, they would start with their, "Oh, did you hear what Jag said? Did you hear what she said about kids? Did you hear what she said about this? She said she was gonna grape children. She said she was gonna hurt animals. She said she was gonna pop me in my HEAD, like all kinds of wild stuff. Did you see it? Did you see her? She was in the chat. That was her. That was her. That was her channel." This is what these people have been doing. But this that Job 4-9, they used to call it Jobs. All of the main ones, she used to work with them until she got busted for being a white supremacist, and they had all been taking her money. Like that's how disgusting these people are. That they work with known racists, known supremacists. But that's how desperate they are for the money. They'll work with anybody. That's why I find it funny when they get to start talking about who's racist and who's not. That's why I also thought it was interesting when the Sean Atwood thing came into play and they brought Shane around and they started that whole racist thing. You remember?
Mhm.
And then all of those supremacists came in, you know, under the guidelines of that interaction. Like all of this stuff is way too coordinated.
Well, they made themselves obvious. And all I'm doing is taking names. You
Yeah.
know,
Well, that's all. We'll have a deeper conversation later. But I think this definitely. Oh, Lauren, they definitely project their perversions. They that's what they do. That's their job. And apparently, there's a lot of money out there being spread around. So don't think that just because these people ain't making a lot of money off their channels because their channels are lacking, that they not getting paid in the backdrop. Because I bet you if you could just subpoena those Cash App records, you'd be surprised how much money these people are getting to do what they're doing. And apparently, it's supposed to be legal to harass, to defame, to stalk, to slander. See, maybe that's part of the reason why they ain't got no problem with doing it. Unfortunately, if you get caught doing it, see, hmm. Yeah, guys, we're gonna come back in about an hour, no later than 90 minutes. I'm gonna get into this kitchen and knock this dinner out of the way so that I can focus my evening on the conversation. Oh, in the words of my Aunt Dolores, child, be patient. The best is yet to come. She used to always say that. Good old Aunt Dolores, may she rest in peace.
yeah, rest in peace. The other, the other Dolores, she needs to shut the fuck